You know what really makes the human mind different? It's one of the biggest, most fascinating questions we can ask. And today we're going to follow a trail of clues that leads to a pretty surprising answer, piecing together what you might call the three pillars of true intelligence.
When we think about intelligence, it's so easy to picture this simple ladder, right? With humans just a few rungs up from the cleverest animals. But what if that's completely wrong? What if the gap between us and every other mind on Earth isn't just a small step, but a massive, profound chasm?
I mean, think about it. This isn't just a difference in degree. It's a difference in kind. Squirrels are absolute masters of their world, for sure. But they don't have a failed moon program. They're not even trying to figure out the laws of the universe. So what on earth created this grand canyon between their abilities and ours?
Okay, our first clue actually forces us to totally rethink the engine of progress itself. It's not what you'd expect. True intelligence, it turns out, isn't about just passively soaking up information from the world, like some kind of sponge.
You see, the common view, especially in AI right now, is that intelligence just comes from learning from data. But there's a much more powerful idea, that progress is an active cycle. We don't just absorb facts. We start with a problem, we dream up a creative solution, we then ruthlessly criticize that idea, and we use what we learn to find an even better problem to solve. So the key here is that human progress isn't passive. It's this active, creative engine driven by problems.
Here's the crucial part. Progress doesn't always need a goal. I mean, just look at evolution. It's a totally blind process, but it still creates these incredible adaptations. But when we humans pick a specific problem, we're doing something evolution can't. We are focusing our creativity. We're deciding which ideas to chase and how to judge them. And that makes our progress just stunningly efficient.
But, focused problem solving is only part of the story. It doesn't quite explain the sheer scale of that gap we talked about. To get that, we need our second clue, a concept that describes this fundamental leap in capability.
And that idea is universality. And folks, this is a total game changer. A universal system isn't just a little bit better at a few things. It has the potential to do, well, anything. It can simulate any physical process, run any program, embody any idea you can think of.
And this is exactly why that intelligence gap is a canyon and not some gentle slope, right? A thermostat, it has a very narrow, fixed job. A squirrel's brain is way more complex, of course, but it's still specialized for its environment. The human mind, though, became a universal system. Through things like language and abstract thought, we suddenly gained the ability to model anything, to think about anything. It was a massive, discrete leap to a whole new level of power.
And that's really why this matters so much. It's the jump from being a highly adapted creature, a sort of specialized tool, to being a universal explainer and creator. So the big takeaway here is that our intelligence isn't just more powerful, its reach is fundamentally unlimited.
All right, so we have focus and we have reach, but there's one final piece of the puzzle, a kind of secret superpower that ties this whole thing together. It's a unique kind of knowledge that truly sets us apart.
And it all comes down to two different kinds of knowledge. So on one hand, you've got genes. They contain instructional knowledge. It's just a set of commands. Build this, do that. It never explains why. But we humans, we create explanatory knowledge, theories that build a model of reality. This kind of knowledge makes claims about how the world actually is. And this new type of knowledge has two incredible powers. First, because it's making claims about the world, it can be tested. It can be true or false. And second, because it's trying to describe a single, unified reality, all of our explanations have to be consistent with each other. They have to fit together.
And this has a truly crucial consequence. Suddenly, we don't have to rely only on feedback from the outside world to find our mistakes. We can look inward. The big insight here is that explanatory knowledge gives us a whole new way to find errors, not just from experiment, but from the inside, just by demanding that our ideas make sense together.
And this demand for coherence, for everything to match up, it's not a small thing. It imposes this massive and incredibly productive set of constraints on our creativity. If you have a million different ideas, they all have to somehow fit together into one coherent picture. This forces us, it pushes us, to build better, deeper, and more accurate explanations of the world.
So we've gathered our clues, a new way to make progress, a quantum leap in capability, and a secret superpower. Now let's put them all together and see the full blueprint for true intelligence.
And here it is, the three pillars, all working together. We use that active problem solving to focus our progress. We have the unlimited reach of a universal system, which lets us tackle any problem we can imagine. And we use the demand for consistency in our explanatory knowledge as this powerful internal error correction machine. This unique combination, this is what creates that profound chasm. It's not just one of these things. It's the synergy of all three that gives human intelligence its creative, unbounded, and just shockingly efficient power. It's why we can go from chipping stones to sending probes to distant stars, while the rest of the animal kingdom, well, can't.
And that brings us to a final, really thought-provoking question. As we build these ever more powerful AIs, what are we really building? Are we building systems that maybe rely on just one or two of these pillars? Or are we actually on the path to creating something that embodies all three? A truly creative, universal, and explanatory intelligence? The answer to that question is going to define our future.